Hey everyone, Brian here. Okay, I got a bit of computer video for you. I picked up 3 computers from my work. They were getting rid of them, and the boss knows that I like old computers. So whenever they're getting ready to get rid of them, they put them off to the side for me, and I take them home. I got 3 of them here, 2 Dells, and this no-name generic mini tower with a black CD-ROM with white case. They're all ATX. This one here, I cannot let it run for long if it does run. Also, none of them have hard drives. The CPU, for some reason, they had removed it, and whenever I got it, the cooler was stuck to the processor when it was sitting on top of the machine. I put the processor back in at work, and I just reinstalled the fan and heatsink. So this one, if it does run, it should run. All these were just recently taken out of service. This one here, Dell Optiplex, I've had a few of them in the past from my work, was just taken out of service about 3-4 weeks ago. This one here, another Dell, I just noticed it's actually Windows Vista. So this one here is actually probably the best one out of all of them. Was taken out of service a few months back, but one of the ladies was going to take it, but she never did, and for some reason, you know, it's designed for Vista, has a floppy drive. This one here also has a floppy drive, and the Optiplex does not. So most likely the white one's going to be stripped for parts. Then one of the Dells is being saved because I have a custom computer that is dead. It's pretty much completely dead now. One of these Dells will be replacing that, and that's just an extra standalone machine I have. I also have this random Compaq. I picked this up at Value Village a while back for its power supply. It had a brand new 600 watt power supply in it. I only paid 14 bucks for the computer, so I was able to get the power supply for my surveillance machine. So as you guys know, I was having quite a few issues with that. I was running an old Compaq, actually similar case to this, but quite a bit older. This machine is complete. It needs a CD-ROM. Basically, I needed the higher wattage power supply out of this machine for my surveillance machine, so I took it, and then the power supply that was in the surveillance machine went back into this one here, and it was good to go. This one also has a floppy drive in it, I just noticed. And Shania is sitting on the couch there watching. But anyways, let's do a smoke test. I also have this flat panel monitor here. I picked up at a garage sale. I have not put power to this ever. And in good old UXW build fashion, we're going to go smoke test. I have a power bar right here that has individual switches on it, so let's power them both up at the same time. Okay, my display came on, which is good, and let's see what happens with the computer. Mind you, they're not going to do much without any hard drives. Okay, I got the system specs up here on the first one. No issues. It did come on. It's needed 2 hands to get into the BIOS. Some of these are delete, some of these are F2 to get into the BIOS. But here's the system specs. Go ahead, pause the video if you want to read the system specs. Nothing special. This is serial ATA capable, so SATA capability. But I believe they were running an IDE hard drive in it because there's an IDE cable. And actually, I saw the hard drive sitting on a shelf. And one was an IDE, one was a SATA. So I believe this one had an IDE and the Optiplex had a SATA drive. But it seems to run 2.66 gigahertz single core, obviously. But this one here, like I said, was most likely going to be used for parts. Pull the CD-ROM, pull the power supply, depending on the wattage. I may save the case. I have no mini cases anywhere in storage or in inventory, so I might hold on to the case as a good mini case, ATX mini case. So we'll see on that. But here's the first one. Okay, here is the Dell Optiplex GX520 smoke test. Power on, display, and the computer automatically turned on. Let's see if we can get into the BIOS without pausing the camera. Oh, it shut off. This one hasn't been ran in quite a long time. Yep, entering setup. Good one. Sounds like CD-ROM is spinning up. Nope, nothing in there. A little bit fancier Dell BIOS. Again, here is some of the baseline specs. I'll just skip through all of them. If you want to read them, go ahead and pause the video like always. Again, they're really quiet with no hard drives, so not a big deal. I do have hard drives for the machines anyways, the machines I'm going to be keeping. Most likely, it'll be just like I said, the 2 Optiplexes. And random kitty cat that loves to get in the video. And back up to the top. But yeah, typical Dell stuff. Yeah, just typical Dell stuff. Okay, third and final, the big Dell Optiplex. This basically, I've had another one of these. It was actually a Core 2 Dual. I don't know if this one is a Core 2 Dual or not. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, these are pieces of junk. They're free, and I can always use the parts. Again, smoke test. Display. Computer's doing self-test. And let's boot. I actually like these Dell Optiplex towers. They're not too bad. You can get 2 hard drives in them, which doesn't really sound like much, but they run really, really cool, I found. So it's either going to be this one here, depending on its specs. It's a Optiplex 745, so I'm pretty sure the other one is better. But again, run through the system specs. This is a 3.4 gigahertz. I didn't recall what the other one was, and it's a Pentium D. Running at 3.4. RAM 800 megabytes. I can probably upgrade that. Watch out, kitty. But yeah, all the Dell, typical Dell stuff. But yeah, nothing really to read. All pretty much the same as the other Optiplex. So, like I said, the plan is most likely is one of these Optiplexes will be definitely used, and I'll probably do a final video of the final setup. Basically, what this is going to be is an editing machine, so I don't have to use a different computer in the house to do all my editing. I can do it over by my main machines. I do have a Windows 8 i7, P4 i7, but I don't have any editing software on there. And I'm waiting to upgrade to Windows 10. I believe that's the newest version out there. So eventually we'll be upgrading that from Windows 8. So Windows 8 sucks. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Thought I'd show what I've had. I've actually had these for a couple weeks now. I've just been too busy to do a video on them. And that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to you later. Please keep it redneck like always. And like always, please subscribe and comment.